Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Jaden Artilli here. I got you guys with another story time today. Today's story time's a pretty crazy one in my opinion, right? It's about an emo Karen, right? Like, I don't have nothing against Karens or emos, but this Karen was just a horrible person, dude. So yeah, like the video if you're new, subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. Let me give you guys a little bit of a summary of who this Karen really is. So yeah, you guys remember that one story time I told you about my first school bully? Here, let me summarize it because the video got deleted for some odd reason. My YouTube didn't delete it; it's just gone. I just can't find it. But yeah, this kid was just bullying me, calling me a fat bitch and stuff, like being all that. And my mom yelled at the Karen mom. So yeah, that's what I'm about to get into about. So yeah, today's story time takes place on the last day of fourth grade, right? So yeah, the year I got bullied. So yeah, it was a pretty normal day at first. I took a shower, brushed my teeth, did the usual stuff, get dressed, went to school, did my work. So yeah, we get to my final class of the day. This kid is just talking to me, being like, "Bro, what are you guys gonna do?" Me and that bully kid. We're gonna call him Scott. We're gonna call him Scott. He was like, "What are you gonna do with Scott?" I was like, "I don't know, bro." And he was like, "You better do something." I was like, "What do you mean by that?" And he was like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just like saying like you just can't let him mess with you right like that." And I was like, "Okay then." So I'm about to give you guys a little bit of description how this Scott kid looked, my first school bully. So yeah, he had long hair, right? Long blonde hair. He looked as sad all the time, right? Wearing black clothes. So technically emo. And in my one of my story times, like he fucking turned full on emo in 8th grade. But like that's besides the point. This is about the Karen. So yeah, the final bell rings, right? I go outside to go greet my mom to pick me up. And then, Scott's mom just walks over to me and being like, "Hey you, yeah you." And I was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm Scott's mom. What are you doing to my son?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Pardon my language, but what are you talking about? She was like, "My son said today you punched him in the face." And then he shows me his marks, right? These looked like the fakest fucking marks ever, dude. Like, they look like marker on his hands. And she thought it was fucking bruises from a fight or something. Then the Karen was like, actually, I'm gonna give her a name. Let's call her Sue. So Sue was like, "Hey, where's your mother at?" And I was like, "Right behind me in the car." And then my mom chimes in, being like, "What's going on here?" And then Sue chimes in, being like, "Oh, your son just beat up my son." And it shows her the fake marks on his hands and his face. So yeah, they start arguing and stuff. Like they start getting up all in the face and stuff. Luckily, like staff ran outside from the school, be like, "Hey, break it up, y'all go home." And yeah, that was the end of it. So yeah, fast forward to 8th grade, I asked him about it, being like, yo, Scott, what was that shit about the marker stuff on your face and stuff back in 4th grade?" And he was like, "Oh, nothing. I was just trying to set you up to get in trouble." And I was like, "Yeah, I thought so." So yeah, that's the end of today's story time. So yeah, guys, I didn't get grounded because my mom knew it was fucking bullshit because it clearly looked a marker on his face and his hands. So yeah, moral of the story, don't be like Scott and try to set up people and get them in trouble or even arrested if you're older. So yeah, like the video if you're new, subscribe. And yeah, see you guys very soon in the next video. Goodbye.